Welcome to Cryptic Crossroads.
This movie called The Book of Eli. It's crazy because I didn't expect the ending to be like that.
What was the ending?
So the whole movie, it's him in a post-apocalyptic world after pretty much what World War III would be.
Yeah.
The whole world is just like nuked up. The only people there are ravagers, killing each other, eating rats off the ground.
Yeah.
The main character, he's one of the most skilled fighters like in the land. He has like a machete and goes around, people try to with him. It's light for him.
Yeah.
Easy body. He finds his way into this town. Now in the town, they find out that he's carrying a book. Since this is the apocalypse, books are very rare. And specific books are very rare. I'll get to that later.
Okay.
When the leader of this town finds out Denzel Washington's character has this book, he sends every single one of his bodyguards, assassins, his army to try and, but he's able to just John Wick that.
What's in the book that makes it so important?
The book is low-key what gave him his power too. Check this out, fam. It's so interesting. At the end of the movie, what happens is the town leader, the mob boss, he's able to get the book. He steals it from Denzel Washington's character because he He brings the book back home and he opens it. Oh my gosh.
Nothing in it?
Crazy. It's so. My boss opens the book and he sees.
The oceans lead to other galaxies because water is in the cosmos. The space is water. All right? Water is space. It's the same thing. So the ocean would be like a quick route. So like, okay, if you're on this planet of Planet Kai right now, say you wanted to go like this, is how we used to use the ocean back in the day before they invaded us. So you can know what the ocean was really for, other than not just drinking, right? It worked as a particle generator and an antimatter machine too, which it still works this way. This is why they don't want us in the fucking oceans, and we've never been in the oceans. No, we haven't. Yo ass ain't been in the ocean no day in your life about to roll the yacht. That's the most ocean in you than deep. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never in no scuba diving all under the ocean. You don't know what's going on under there. But I'm telling you, so basically you can hop in the ocean and go from the 99th galaxy, the 999th galaxy, and be in the 10th galaxy like that.
Proof dimensions are meshing together.
Reality glitches caught on camera.
So in this video, you can see me grabbing the lemon, right? I cut it in half, and then I cut it in half once more, right there. You can see me cut it, right? I go get a bag. Okay, I grab the bag, I go back for the lemon, and I grab the lemon, and I touch it, and I'm like, why is it not cut in half? In my face, I'm like, what the f?
Do you understand that the Bible was not written by any of the disciples? He got flabbergasted. I'm like, dude, listen to me. The disciples, if you were to do your studies, they were actually illiterate men. They couldn't read or write. There was nobody standing there transcribing every sentence that they've spoken either. How did the Bible come along? They copied the majority of that stuff from the Enuma Elish, the Atrahasis, the Mahabharata. You have some of the Egyptian Book of the Dead. There you have, like, for example, the 42 Laws of Mayat. You know, that's where you get the 10 Commandments that were extracted from that information. You have the Bhagavad Gita, the Tibetan Book of the Dead. You have the Sumerian tablets that are outside of the Enuma Elish. There's many tablets that exist. The Code of Hammurabi, the Epic of Gilgamesh. I mean, I can just keep going and going and going. And I said, then you have the Emerald Tablets, where Jesus' teachings are identical copies of Thoth's teachings from the ancient Kemetic mystery schools taught 50,000 years ago in the land of Khem, which is now known as Egypt. And I could see the steam coming out of this guy's ears. He couldn't even conceive what the heck I was telling him. And I said, do you know that the Bible was written thousands of years after the people were long gone, dead, buried, bones disintegrated, and everything else in the ground? He said, no, what are you talking about? I said, listen to me, man. The Bible was written from 100 AD to 900 AD. And who wrote the Bible? Those were followers of Thoth. These people didn't write a Bible, by the way. What they did was they started discovering in different caves and different little makeshift buildings that existed a long time ago, these vases with scriptures and cylinder scrolls and papyruses and tablets, and they started collecting them, and they started transcribing that information onto paper. So that information over time would be studied by the Gnostics. Even in more time, much later, you have then the Coptic Christians, and then you also have the councils that were formed. Like, for one is the Council of Nicaea, who then started analyzing a lot of these copied and recopied and recopied and recopied and recopied texts, and started analyzing which ones to keep and which ones to keep out, which ones to keep. They were thinking, let's make this into an actual canonized book. We'll take this and put that in here. We'll take this one. No, that talks about aliens. We don't want the book of Enoch in here because he's talking about aliens. Let's leave that one out. We don't want the myth of Adapa in here because he's talking about aliens. We don't want that in here. That's the book of Adam. We don't want that in here. So you have all these apocryphal texts that were kept out, right? And the Council of Nicaea coordinate and create this hodgepodge of a book based on hand-picked content, curated content that they wanted that would allow them to still maintain control over the people.
Are y'all paying attention? Do you see this behind me? Russian warships are now entering the Red Sea, but that's not all. Do y'all remember when I just showed you that Assad welcomed Putin to build bases in Syria, but more specifically in the eastern Golan Heights, the 1/3 of the region that Syria claimed? Any military analyst that's watching this situation knew it was a bad omen when Putin put a base right here. Well, now Russia is claiming that all of Golan Heights belongs to Syria, and they are trying to push out, allegedly, the IDF and the other groups. At the same exact time, they have all these ships in the Red Sea. Don't forget, we still have Eisenhower in the Red Sea. Now, with all this going on, I want to put you in remembrance of the dream that God gave me about this exact situation in September of 2022. It was one of my first videos, and I posted it in December of 2022. And everything I'm about to say in this video was unheard of at the time. Everyone thought the Russian thing was going to blow over, especially not get to the Middle East.
And I had another dream. I saw very, 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 very vividly, I saw a white horse, and it was holding, like a Iranian type blade. I googled it and found it. This was a sword the horse was holding. I heard the voice of God, and he told me that US and NATO were the horse. The white horse was given a bow and crown, and he went forth to conquer. After I saw the horse, I heard God, I saw the sword, I saw the horse, I saw it midair, and it was going right towards Russia. After that, the still voice told me that Russia was going to attack Israel.
Now, seeing how all this stuff is transpiring in Golan Heights, don't forget, Benjamin Netanyahu made Trump Heights, a place in memory of Donald Trump. I find that a really odd coincidence. And of course, all this stuff is transpiring right before the eclipse. Does it mean anything? I don't know. To watch the whole video is pinned on my page.
Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here.